Tell them we ain't taking no days off. Days off, taking no days off. Boys think I'm long gone way out. Days off, no days off. You can tell them we ain't taking no days off.
All right, man, here we are with Mr. Jason Luce, one of the founders of Bag Brothers.
Yes, sir.
Here we are at SIG in Shreveport having a good time here. How are the players playing so far? What's the feedback?
They're doing really good. You know, some of the new players that we picked up are not exactly used to the bag, but they're getting better and better.
Let's talk about some of the offerings you have. We've got the Smiley here. We've got the Bandito. I've got the Dreddz. You just sent me also the Venums. I didn't want to bring them because they were so new. So I've got 4 of your bags. You have the Circuses. And what other bags do we have in your palette of offerings for folks?
So, like you said, we have a bag that is not real popular, but I think if people if they broke it in and threw it, they would love it. That's the Lady Mystique. It throws a lot like the Surefire bag in the ACL. So we kind of wanted to give people different options of different bags, and we kind of looked at what was real popular at ACL, what was real popular at TCL, and come up with our own stuff and played with the feel. We try to make a bag where it don't kick a lot or it don't bounce a lot. You get a lot of bags that if they got too much round feel, they'll hit the board and bounce.
Yes.
Or hit the board depending on your throw and cut and go off the board. We try to play with that probably for about a year before we even started making bags, just to make sure that we put out a product that everybody was going to like.
So we've got at least 5. We've got the Lady Mystiques, the Circuses. You've got the Dreddz, the Smileys, the Banditos, and the Venums. So that's 6.
Yeah, 6 bags.
Those are the 6 bags that Bag Brothers offers. So, and they're all just a little bit different, of course.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, they all play a little different. You have your fast throwing bags, which is your Venums is a real fast bag. Your Banditos is right behind it. And then you drop down to your slower bags, which is Lady Mystiques, your Smileys, your Psychos. And them bags they're good for beginners, and they're good for your upper level players that like to cut and row and, all your fancy shots is what I call it. But they do go hole for hole. You can block, you can push.
You flip over this Smiley, this thing moves.
Yes.
And yet this sticky side is pretty sticky. Now, to your point, yesterday in advanced singles, I love the Dreddz, just couldn't get going with it, with how the boards were, and I tried the Banditos. I'm 0-2. I said, I got to fix something. So I pulled out these Smileys, won 5 straight games with them.
Yeah.
Just figured it out based upon what was happening in my body, my mind, what the boards are telling me. And it's my go-to. And funny thing is, even though it's a stickier bag, crazy thing is I can flip them over and throw a nice high ice price soft, soft high bag.
Yeah.
And it goes high, but it just lands soft and goes straight to the bag. I was filling it up, 1-5 straight. So, but today, for example, me and Rick, we're going back to the Banditos. Because he threw these great yesterday, and I love the Banditos. So,
and the boards get a little stickier throughout the day. So, you need a little faster bag that's going to move, it's going to play. But that's...
So how long has Bag Brothers been in existence? Because each of you 3 brothers, Bobby, Adam, and Jason,
so
Jason, you all have your own, they have their own work, they have their own business, but together, you're putting in the midnight oil, late night hours to create another company. How do you do that? And why do you do that?
It's just for the love of the game. I mean, everybody, we started this in the backyard, just goofing around, and it was, we were all just out there messing around, and this is when we could only, we were excited when we got one in and one to stay on the board.
That's 4 points, right? I remember those days.
Most of them always went off the back or on the side or whatever, and then we got into it, and me and my wife actually went to our first tournament together, and we played as a team and got our butts kicked. We had some bags that we shouldn't even been playing with. So people were telling us, "Oh, you got to have TCL bags." We didn't even know what that was, and so we got online and we would order some bags, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this ain't for us," you know, and they were either way too fast, because when you order online, you don't know what you're getting.
Right.
You're just looking at the picture, you know, and
a paragraph. And all the paragraphs are going to say all the cool, right things.
Right. Yeah.
But until you have it in your hands and you feel it and throw it, you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. So we went through that for a while, and then we started getting a little better in the backyard and playing and going to some tournaments. And I said, you know what? Why don't we just try to make our own bags?
No, okay. There's the moment right there I want to get to. You just said, why don't we just get into the game ourselves on the production side, not just the consumer side. Right. So you made a decision with your wife, and you got your brothers involved,
me and my other brothers were just sitting around. We had a little fire outside because it was cold, and we were throwing. You know, we always have like 10 or 15 people over on Saturdays, and we'd have a little tournament. And I was like, how about we just make our own bags?
Now, what year was this then?
This was in 22.
In 2022.
Yeah.
So we're past COVID.
Right.
And cornhole is now really taking off. Really.
Yeah, it's, and they were like, yeah, why not? So my oldest brother, Bobby, did a bunch of research, and he said, I'm going to buy a sewing machine.
A sewing machine?
Yeah.
So it starts with that.
It started with that. We went around to Hobby Lobby and some material stores, and we was just trying all different kinds of materials, and ordered some beads that we found online. You know, it was trial and error for a long time.
But you have to be in certain specs to be TCL approved, right? Yes. So you're just like trying to get the first base here to figure out what to do. We'll get the TCL sanctioning later, right? So you're just trying to build one of these.
Right. And, you know, we kind of got a template offline in which it was just horrible. You know, it's never right when you get something like that. So we finally figured it out and adjusted and measured and took other bag manufacturers apart just to see how they made it.
Got it.
You know,
smart.
And yeah, we kind of took off from there. And, you know, the Smiley was our first bag. Okay. And I do all the designing, and I thought, you know what, I want just a crazy smiley face. And we come up with that. You know, I come out with that, and I thought, man, I'm gonna try to go to TCL with this bag and see what they think. You know, and Chad kind of just like hauled around for a little bit, but eventually we got in TCL, and we're enjoying it. It's really cool. I love to see, you know, people throwing our bags and wearing our jerseys.
Isn't that a great feeling?
It really
your
is.
community is growing, and the popularity is growing. Yes, some people are winning, but people are just having fun with your content.
Yeah, and that's what we want. I want to see people having fun. It's everybody wants to be on the podium. I understand that. You know, that's a great feeling. But, you know, everybody started this to have fun and enjoy it. And I like to try to tell people, hey, what'd you start for? To have fun, and you enjoyed it. So just have fun and enjoy it, you know. And that when I throw, I'm having fun.
I've seen him throw. You can fill the hole up.
Sometimes.
He's got some game.
Sometimes. But
I saw you today filling that. So.
Yeah. But it's been exciting. It's been an exciting journey.
What's the future hold in the next maybe 1 to 2, maybe 3, 4 years? You got some ideas where you want to take it, or are we just going to kind of maintain our growth here?
I really want to, long term, I really want to be out through the United States, okay? I know that's just not TCL. I love TCL. We're going to stay with TCL. But I really want to expand to ACL. But right now it's about marketing and getting our name out there to the right people and all that, and just letting it grow. Everybody knows who Bag Brothers is. And once we get into ACL, hopefully we take a step in there and go in the right direction there too. So,
talk about real quickly some of the team members. We can't list all 16. I'm really blessed with my partner, Rick Ellis there. See him warming up back there.
Yeah.
You know, fire and ice.
Yeah.
You know, we're two of like 16 guys you got and gals in Savannah.
Yes.
Without naming all of them, we don't have time, but just talk about the team you've assembled and why you're happy with that crew and how they're bringing value to Bag Brothers.
So, you know, last year was our first time to ever sponsor anybody. And them that we sponsored did an awesome job. We kind of want to share the love every year and sponsor new people. And so this year I was like, well, we need to spread out farther than just our little area, you know, our DFW area. And so we got a couple guys that are down from the San Antonio area. There's not a whole lot of TCL down there. There's a whole lot of ACL. That's all you see down there in that area. So we went down in that area. We actually have a open player that's playing, and he's from the Louisiana area.
From right here in Shreveport.
Right.
Matt Martinez.
Yes.
And he goes by the nickname
Jobu. Jobu. Yeah.
J-O-B-U. There's a story behind that, but Jobu or Matt Martinez.
Yes. And then we have Preston Miller, which is out by Lubbock, Abilene area. And he's really coming on strong. He's a good player. We actually are talking to him about opening being a director out there and being part of Kinfolk.
West Texas Kinfolk.
West Texas.
That'll make Roger
Kinfolk.
Barnett really happy. Roger?
Yes.
We're building your empire for you, buddy. He wants residuals.
Yes. And, you know, what's crazy about all that, you know, I met Roger when we were playing in Cleburne one day, and great guy.
I love Roger.
Yeah, he's an awesome
Salt
guy.
of the earth, just a wonderful human being. Yeah.
And we sat down and talked for a while, and, you know, I've become part of Kinfolk, and we kind of, like, it was like glue, you know. It's Bag Brothers and Kinfolk.
It feels that way, doesn't it?
It's Kinfolk and Bag Brothers, you know. When we make a jersey, we're always having our logo on all of our jerseys. So, you know, it's a big team effort. He's part of sponsoring our players. You know, we sat down with him and Jason Luce, and, you know, because he's a big part of the Kinfolk. You know, him and Roger run it, and we put together this team, and you know, we thought, well, this is the way to market. It's the way to brand. You know, get us on Facebook, social medias, TikToks, and
The Cornhole Journey.
exactly
Even right here, hopefully.
Right. Yeah. So
What I like about this guy and his team is when they sat me and Rick down and we joined the team, you didn't tell us. I want all y'all to hear this. You didn't say, now, Rob, Rick, we expect you to have 3 podiums this year, and you're going to win, and if you don't, you're off the team. You basically said, we know you're good players. Play at the level you're at. Do the best you can. You actually said, we don't technically care if you win all the time. We'd love you to win, but that's not the point. We want you to be brand ambassadors and spread goodwill and throw the bags and talk about them and among people and maybe some social media. So that actually takes the pressure off of us so we can perform at our highest level.
I don't
Anyway,
want anybody to feel pressured that they got to win or, you know, it takes the fun out of the game. And I want you guys to have fun. I want to be there and watch you have fun. You know, whether it's a close game and you lose, I'm still going to say, man, awesome job. Because y'all do an awesome job. All my sponsored players, they're great people. And that's why we picked them, you know, is the way they perform on and off the board.
and off the boards, and how we conduct ourselves as people is important too. Yeah.
Very important to us. You know,
Well, you got your booth back here today. We're here at SIG 1, and so you're selling some stuff. Now your bags are sold at the official bag store, or online. So pick up one of those 6 bags. Name them again for us. And if you can't remember the speeds of each of them, if you have them memorized. So go through each bag one more time as we close out our conversation.
So the Smiley, it plays a 5-9.
Okay.
You got your Bandito, which is a 6-9, 6.5 maybe, depending on how you throw. Your Venum, which is our newer bag, it's probably a 7-9.
Okay.
And then you have your Psycho Circus, which is a
little slower,
it's
isn't
a
it?
little slower. I would say a 4.5, 8. And that's a real good bag for somebody who likes to cut and roll and do all the fancy shots.
This guy here.
And then the Dreddz, yes, the Dreddz is on fire. I think it's a great bag. It's
heavier filled, at least the one you sent me, a little heavier filled. And sometimes I like a bigger fill, just fits my hand a bit better.
yeah. So and it plays probably a 5.5.
Yeah, it's
9.
about right. 5,
Yeah.
8, 9. Yeah.
Yeah.
So a good variety across
yeah,
the board.
across the board, and that's what we were shooting for, is so everybody could pick one of our bags and they would enjoy playing with it. So.
Love the designs. Creative artwork is always like off the chain.
I like the
What they
bright
come up with
colors
next?
and
just really psychedelic. So
Our next bag's gonna be a cool bag. Everybody's gonna like
is it top secret right now, or can you let us know? Just a hint of something about it?
It's called the Teddy.
The Teddy?
Yes.
Spell it. T.
T-E-D-D-Y.
D-D-Y. Okay,
Yeah.
the Teddy. Okay.
Teddy.
Thanks for your
Yes.
time. Cornhole
sir,
journey.
yeah.
We're along with you on the journey, and
Yeah.
as you grow the game of cornhole here in the Texas area, TCL, and hopefully, like you said, across America as you grow Bag Brothers. So
Yes, sir.
there you have it. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Tell them we ain't taking no days off. Days off, taking no days off.